Hey, do you hate it when storylines make a shitload of sense and follow a linear plot line? Well, fuck off, you Marvel-loving cucks, because we're coming at you, and it's going to be hotter than a Latin fuckfest. Are you into jacked bald dudes kicking ass and fucking shit up on the reg? What about the extremely diverse cast in film? Rappers, wrestlers, pretty white boys, English people, women, and cars, motherfucker. This is a billion-dollar destruction boater of a film franchise, and it has cars. That's why it fucking rules. Not because of the obvious plot holes of the women dressed in outfits so small they would not fit over my feet. Yeah, baby. Sit right there because the kitty cat and his meow pal are about to purr like one of those rad-ass cars you see being driven by the big bald bitchin' Italian named Dominic Toretto. Trust me, baby. It's all about family. And this motherfucker is ready to ride, and this episode is going to be faster and crazier than greased chicken stick. Shit. Stick around, because it's about to get fast and furious on No Accounting for Taste. Hit the fun sound effects, Charlene.
That's a sound effect. No, that's fine. That works. Yeah.
You nailed it.
Hal, you're good with words. You know that, man?
I think the gym is dumb.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I've eaten a Baconator.
Man, if you ain't doing CrossFit, you can get CrossFit.
You're right. A long burger's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
That's your sitcom right there as a Mr. Fix-It-All who just can't fix his heart.
We will not be defending Atlantic City.
No accounting for taste. If it's something that somebody loves, let's try and celebrate it instead of shitting on it. Oh, dude.
Whoever said that timing was the key to comedy was absolutely wrong.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Kyle, I am thrilled about today's subject, and I cannot wait to talk about every single bit of it.
Yes. I unironically big fan of Fast and Furious.
Yeah. They kick ass.
It's a good time. I'm sorry, did you want to go to the movies have a good time?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go watch Tilda Swinton do whatever the fuck she does? I go to movies to have a good time, Shane. That's what I do.
Yeah. Tilda Swinton looks like AI to me.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's another.
This isn't like a hard Tilda Swinton knock. I'm just saying,
no.
Like she's gonna portray like a 17th century poet nobody heard of. That's great. Make that movie for those fans. But I want all the things you just listed in the intro.
Yeah, and you know what? I want a 48-ounce gallon of cola in front of me or whatever, something so big a trucker would be like, that's a lot of sugar water. And I want to basically, really the Fast and the Furious film franchise is a trucker's life. You sit in an extremely comfortable chair, you have a wide view of what's in front of you, and then you're taking down snacks at an incredible rate.
Yeah, I want a Home Depot bucket of Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, and just get into it.
Have you seen any in the theater? Have you seen any Fast and Furious?
Have I seen any in the theater? Yeah, buddy. I take pride in introducing people to them in the theater.
Yes.
You met my buddy Sam Evans, really funny comic.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, one of the things he would talk about is like, I really miss going to the movies. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, oh yeah, me too. And then once the pandemic was over and Fast 9 was out, I was like, this is what we're doing right now. And I took him to see Fast 9 as his first movie after the pandemic. He hated it, but he's an idiot. And we're no longer friends. We're still friends.
That's wrong. He's wrong. He's just wrong. Although, seeing movies in New York, how many babies is too many? Because I'd say it's one baby. Like when I went and saw whichever Avengers or somebody in Manhattan, and a guy sat next to me who had just done his grocery shopping, just had like 4 bags of groceries and fell asleep. There was many babies. Like many babies.
What?
This is just about going to the movies. Like you like going to the movies in New York.
And I'm like, just about going to the movies in New York.
Yeah, I don't know how to. No, I can't do that. I like going to the movies, but I'm so sensitive if anybody fucks with my experience.
Yeah, I will agree with you. Yeah, like, and what fucks with your experience is it can be a lot of things in a movie theater, but
well, especially when it's a Fast and Furious movie, like, could you keep it down? I can't hear the car crashing into a train. Like, what do I really need? That's
that's one of the more classic scenes.
I went and saw the last one by myself in the theater.
Oh, what a treat!
They went to space.
Yeah, you mean you rode shotgun? That's what I call it when you see a Fast and the Furious movie by yourself.
Yeah, I hitched a ride.
Yeah. Old Vincenzo Di Zarelli gave me a lift.
Oh God, what's Vin Diesel's real name? I want to know that.
I think it's got to be Vincent, right?
I mean the last name. You thought I meant the first name?
Oh, fuck off! You just went on a 2-minute diatribe about people having groceries in a movie theater.
What's Vin Diesel's real name? Probably Vincent Diesel.
Well, what is it? Dick knows.
Mark Sinclair, which sounds like a name
no,
you make
it's not,
up
really?
if you were born Vincent Diesel. How old do you think he is?
He's got to be in his... I think he's one of those people who's like... I think they're in their mid-50s, but he's probably 80 years old. I have no idea. Like,
he's 55.
God damn.
I didn't think he was that old.
He's been famous for a long time. And...
Really?
I mean, these movies are 20 years old.
Okay, true. Okay.
Vin Diesel was...
now I'm learning about his mom is an astrologer and his dad is an acting coach. Amazing how he picked up nothing from either of those people.
He can act. He does exactly what I want him to do. He's fucking being badass.
He is. All right, so that's all right. That was got distracted by Mark Sinclair's career.
It's brilliant. It's fucking... Yeah.
Oh, he's listed as a writer? What did he write? What did he write?
Probably sonnets about a fucking Mustang. There's something funny about like Vin Diesel, like people, like car guys coming up to him and not being able to separate him, the person, from the character, and just be like, man, check out my fucking... Like 88 Corsica, I put some new rims on.
That's got to be like any actor that's just stuck in a role. That's like, oh, you are now that guy. Like you'll never not be that guy.
Yeah, like it's like the Kramer thing or whatever. Like you're just gonna be that forever.
Yeah.
Two things. One, was your first experience with a Fast and the Furious movie? Do you remember it? Did you go see the very first one?
No, it wasn't. It didn't start until like a few into it, where I admittedly, and I can't even remember which one, but I was like, this is looking like they're still making these. Mm-hmm. This looks ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Let me like watch it on TV or something. I think it did coincide with the same time that I got my own apartment. I got cable. And I would watch the Mecum auto auctions. So I started having like a tertiary interest in like muscle cars.
Okay,
because
this is
Mecum auto auctions.
This is so on brand for you. It's like as like how you spend your time. This is perfect.
As like a day where it's just like, well, especially I was living in LA. It's like it's too hot out. I'm gonna blast the AC. I'm gonna sit here. and it's like it takes nothing. It just here's a cool car, and then it drives off screen. Here's a cool car.
Yeah.
And then I was also...
Then you're like, is that a Shelby Mustang? You're starting to get more into it.
Very much so. And I also was starting to play video games. I started playing the Need for Speed video games, which is a racing game. So like all these car things were happening.
Okay. Oh, these car things were happening.
Like the car things were like, oh man, this game's fun. These cars look cool. I always liked that movie that's really bad that Gone in 60 Seconds. That movie was just
trash, but
90s garbage, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Charlene.
It's just terrifying.
Just for the listener, Charlene can't hear the sound effects from whatever audio glitch we're using, so she is just peppering them in wherever she can. It's like Charlene's
so
sound effects
jarring.
are like that video of Rick Moranis getting punched a few years ago. It just comes out of nowhere.
That's your example for something coming out of nowhere.
Did you see that video?
Rick Moranis getting punched.
Rick Moranis and that punch both came out of nowhere. That's fine. Old Ricky.
I think, I think I watched one. I was like, wait, this is stupid, but I'm very entertained. Much like Gone in 60 Seconds is stupid, but it's also
it's like
pretty stupid.
Gone in 60 Seconds is... It's very strange as a film. I know we're getting off topic a little bit here, but like Gone in 60 Seconds, the cast in it is bananas. It's like Robert Duvall, Nick Cage, when Nick Cage was like, at the top of it, Angelina Jolie. Yeah. Scott Conn, Delroy Lindo, Timothy Olyphant.
Scott Conn and Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
As a couple of putzes were pretty fun.
Yeah. And it just goes. Giovanni Ribisi. It's like the cast is insane.
Delroy Lindo and Timothy Olyphant as a pair. Put them in everything. I'll watch either of those guys in anything they're doing.
Well, Delroy Lindo is going to be in the next Fast and the Furious.
Is he? Don't.
No. But I wish he was. He should work more. I love him. He's great. Why don't you hit a parking sound effect for when my jokes bomb?
I just want some strange animal noises to work their way in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Meow vroom.
Honestly, if Nicolas Cage showed up in the Fast and Furious as a crossover with the Mustang that he was driving, I would. This world, okay.
His
Fast
name
and
is
Furious,
Memphis Reigns. So in that film,
yes.
in Fast or in Gone in 60,
everything about the movie's
awesome.
That movie,
yeah,
yes, but cars doing cool shit is all I need. That's all I want. And how are you going to make cars do cool shit exponentially? They have to do crazier stuff. I will allow all of it in the universe of Fast and Furious. Whatever you got to do, whatever science you need to ignore, I accept it because I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah. I have seen almost all of them in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, almost. The first one I saw in the theater, and I have to say, what a time. What a time to be dumb and watching a movie and be young and dumb on a date and be like, that's a cool car, and then have to load my date into a Pontiac Sunfire that's it does. I had a Dodge or a Plymouth Acclaim that didn't have reverse in it as a vehicle when I went and saw that movie. I swear to God, I had a car that didn't have reverse. And one time I asked this girl
had to find parking spaces you could pull all the way through.
100%. Is when I was bartending at a TGI Fridays. So my life, sadly, has really come together from where it was.
That is your Fast and Furious. No time for reverse.
He thinks that's awesome.
Shane Torres, nothing. This is a lot.
Did that one work?
Yeah,
that was the crowd. That was the crowd. Yeah.
No time for meter maid, Shane Torres. But this is true. This may be the sickest burn I've ever had placed on me in my life. I was bartending, and some of the regulars came in, and she was real cute, and she goes, "What time I was like, oh, we could go out sometime." She goes, "Yeah, but I don't want to have to push your car out of a parking spot." Thanks a lot, Janelle.
It is.
You hurt my feelings.
Also, she was a regular at a TGI Fridays. You could do better, Shane.
Yeah, maybe.
And now you don't even have a car at all, so it doesn't. Nobody's gonna have to push.
Fast and Furious, public transit franchise is being taken over by Shane Torres. And then the big final scene is that I get an Uber Black. That's what I do with my fun car. I love the films. They're so fun. I saw the first one in the theater, and I remember watching it. And this is like just as a scope of time. The very first Fast and the Furious.
Mm-hmm.
The plot of it was Paul Walker's character, Brian, was a undercover cop trying to figure out who was hijacking freight from 18-wheelers and stealing like DVD players and stuff. And they thought it was street racers.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was, first of all, they were stealing DVD players. That's how you know this film has been around for a while.
Yes.
The series of film. And now the jump it has made from we're 20-somethings and we're mostly good kids who maybe like we drive too fast and we like to drink beers, but we're all right, to Ludacris and Tyrese being in space, I think is who does it.
An international vigilante group.
Yeah.
A global vigilante.
The jump is awesome. Look, I don't give a fuck. If you're a Marvel movie fan, you have to be okay with these because you just don't have to equate science in your world because all of a sudden the Silver Surfer can show up because there's a Rubik's Cube that opens up another dimension. Kiss my ass.
Magic's real in your film franchise.
Yeah. So I don't care. I want to see them getting fist fights with Ronda Rousey and all this other stuff they do because it kick fucking ass.
When they went from like having to chase a submarine in the Arctic, and I'm like, how are you going to top this? And then they just went, how about space? And I was like, yeah, yes,
yeah. What's going to stop me?
You did top it. You went to space. You sent Ludacris to space.
Yeah. You sent a man who's known for a song called Throw Them Bows named Ludacris to space to stop a satellite with Tyrese.
with a former model.
And Ludacris is the name. Yeah, like the nice thing is, like in the reviews, somebody could be like, "This is Ludacris," and you'd be like, "Well, technically, that is accurate." Like
his name's What are you going to get mad about this movie? Like, I challenge somebody to be mad at exactly what you're saying. They have gone all over the place.
Yeah,
storyline, just everything is insane. And now we'll get to it later. But like I have my personal stories involving the Fast and Furious it's great. It's everything movies should be.
Yeah.
And for some, this is weird that like I don't like science fiction because
I'm not a huge guy on it either.
I don't know why my imagination doesn't let me get lost in a world of science fiction. But if you need to drive a Lamborghini off a skyscraper to get it to another skyscraper, I'm like, well, of course. That's the only way you're going to be able to do this.
How else are you supposed to get the Lamborghini into the other skyscraper?
It's got to go over there. Yeah, it's got to go over there. You're going to have to back up and drive it real fast through the window.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, of course.
I think no matter what anyone says, fucking jumping a Lamborghini into another skyscraper from another skyscraper is more probable than an alien world summit where there's like 40 different kinds of creatures talking about international space politics or whatever. So, yeah, suck my ass. And I never liked science fiction either. You know why?
Suck my ass.
The beginning of Star Trek, when the ship just goes across, and it's just out in the middle of space.
Yeah,
that always freaked me out. It was the idea of being dropped into the middle of the ocean. It scared me.
Thalassophobia, I think it's called. Is like open space, open ocean or something? Yeah, but okay. Now we're both sitting here. Does Fast and Furious breach science fiction because they went to space?
I don't know. If Apollo 13 isn't science fiction, neither is. Neither is Fast and the Furious.
Apollo 13 was a real thing. Was a real event.
You trying to tell me nobody's ever jumped a car off of another thing to another thing?
I'm gonna not successfully. I'm gonna say, but
yeah, maybe not. I
was
I mean, it's definitely. I think it's just still action adventure. I don't think it's. I get what you're saying though, because it starts to get out there a bit.
But at what point does it enter a world like how does it bend to genre? Like the last,
but it's not like in space. You know, like
I know, but like the last Indiana Jones, which was an insult to somebody who's a fan of the franchise, was aliens. Like now, does it go?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, I'll say this:
like what
if
makes
this film franchise ends up with Dominic Toretto fighting an alien, I'm gonna stand up and cheer, and I don't even care.
Yes,
yeah.
I probably will anyway because I'm excited. And this is only part one of a 2-part finale.
Yeah, I know.
That's coming up.
Have you seen the poster for it? Of the new one that's coming up?
I saw the trailer for it. It looks tight.
Yeah. The poster is just Vin Diesel being fucking jacked as he is, right? And it's his pipes. His arms are up, just like beefed up, and he's holding a crucifix. And he's
if there's vampires or something,
he's like in a praying like a boxer on a stool kind of thing. And it is, man, that dude may not pickle, but he definitely balls. I'll tell you that. That guy is.
If they go into Supernatural or something, that's because there is an article that a guy wrote, Brian Volkweiss, which I believe is he's a big movie critic fella.
Yeah,
he talks about how he says Fast and Furious deserves as much credit as Marvel. And this article from
more
UPI.com, I don't know what that is, but it's all about how they've jumped. What was from the website? UPI. I'm not sure what that is.
Upper penis infection. I've had them. Anyways. I heard you the first time. I just wanted to get to my dumb joke.
We'll set you up. We'll set you up for it.
We'll play that voicemail at the end.
All right. This guy, he states that they should be as respected as Marvel movies because they made a different movie each time. There was a car movie. Then it's a heist movie. Then it's an action kidnap movie. Mm-hmm. Why not go? Where else are they going to go? Then they made it's space. They went to space. Where are they going to go? If they go,
I mean,
Supernatural, I would be fine.
I hope they do. I hope in the last one, some villain played by whomever. I hope it's Meryl Streep or somebody with real chops.
They got Helen Mirren in there already.
Yeah. And Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't need to stop. It's okay, if there was just let me put it this way, before we jump really into the good and the bad. If there was just a picture of The Rock and Vin Diesel and Helen Mirren that just got leaked and the title was "It's warming everybody's heart. These guys are all worlds apart." Everybody would love it, because it's an Instagram post. Mm-hmm. But just because some people want to shit on this because they don't like, I don't know, fun. They don't like fun. Fuck them. This movie franchise is brilliant. I cannot wait to see the new ones. I hope the last one is Meryl Streep has hijacked a laser beam that's melting the polar ice caps, and Vin Diesel has to fight her on a polar bear's ice cube. I do not care.
Vin Diesel beating the shit out of Meryl Streep.
And she's just giving it right back to him.
I want Jason
and
Statham.
She's wearing a fun sweater the whole time, like a Meryl Streep sweater.
I want Jason Statham to just kick the living shit out of Sally Fields. She has bionic. She's got a bionic skeleton or something, so we don't feel bad for her. She's not just Sally Fields. She's not just an old lady.
I want to see Viola Davis suplex Hulk Hogan.
These are all things that might happen.
Yeah, it's off limits. It's great. Do you understand?
through that many movies, we still can't guess what's going to happen.
Yeah, let the mad chef cook in this kitchen, baby. Oh, I love it.
All right, let's toss up to the good and I guess allegedly some bad.
The bad are the people outside the theater without their thumbs up their ass seeing Tar.
Yeah, good. Enjoy your next A24 feature.
Yeah, what a treat. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor, Castor Motor Oil. What did we ever do to the environment? I thought to get into the, since we're back already,
We're back.
To get into the good and bad about this film franchise, I think it really should be noted when an actor died who played a main character in this film franchise, who's been there since the beginning. I don't know if you must have seen that one because you're a man with soul and poetry in your heart.
Yes.
I thought they handled that goodbye very well, as a nod to Paul Walker's passing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought it was so there's an actual heart and tone in the community of this film, which is and as for as many cheap jokes as people want to make about Paul Walker being in Fast and the Furious and dying in a car wreck, I thought that the franchise of the film and the people in charge of it did a really nice job of handling his exit from
Yeah, the fact like his brothers were stand-ins for some of the reshoots and everything, like still made it happen, and they addressed it. Yeah, it was weird to want to like watch a Fast and Furious movie and at the end be like, a little like, how dare this?
There's a
franchise
human
make
being
me feel
in this
something?
film.
Yeah, how dare you, Fast and Furious?
It got me there too. Yeah. Oh my God,
man. Okay, so we know what the good is. The cars are. We can go on the good.
I can go there. If you can find bad, show it to me, baby. Because I bet the only thing that's bad about it is that it's to the bone. Yes. Vroom vroom. I'm ready for this race. Oh my God!
It should have RuPaul in it. It should have RuPaul.
Oh, why would
drag queens drag racing?
Oh my God! When they go to Brazil,
it's already got one of the most diverse casts.
It truly does. That's like a very positive thing about the film. It's like you're gonna find every kind of person represented in this for the most part.
There's no gays. Are there gays in it? Do they have gays in it? Was anybody gay?
I think some of the actors are gay. I think
no, but is any of the characters? Is a gay person represented?
I don't know.
Man,
maybe.
There's an NPR article, Fast and Furious Owner's Manual, a guide as the best worst franchise turns 20. Fuck you, NPR.
Yeah, like I want you. Hey, you know what? I'm going to have Sports Illustrated report on the blood diamonds. Fuck off. Yeah, like.
I'll tell you where you could stick your tiny desk.
Oh, my God. Oh, wet legs here in a fucking bookstore. We better blow it up on the internet. Give me a fucking break.
I've never watched a Tiny Desk concert.
I've watched a lot of them, and I'll tell you what, the end credits on a Fast and the Furious film are better than most of those fucking shit performances.
Here, okay. There's a Roger Ebert review.
Okay.
The Fast and the Furious remembers summer movies from the days when they were produced by American International and played in drive-ins on double features. It's slicker than films like Grand Theft Auto, but it has the same kind of pirate spirit. It wants to raid its betters and carry off the loot. It doesn't have a brain in its head, but it has some great chase scenes and includes the most incompetent cop who ever went undercover. All right.
I mean, also cool. Like,
yeah. But this is just a NPR. This is somebody from NPR acting exactly how somebody from NPR thinks they should act.
Yeah, yeah.
Being a real bitch about the
fuck.
I'm glad you're better than us.
Yeah. Money. This is what chapter 2.
Linda
This is what
Holmes.
it says. Chapter 2. If you crash, keep going. Yeah, that's called a champion's heart, you fucking quitter. I bet when you got into Sarah Lawrence, you were. I'm not going to get into the whole.
This lady is clearly very proud of herself and all of her pop culture. You review pop culture, you mean you're just a middle-aged woman. Good job.
Well,
I'm closing this article. I've closed it. I've closed the article. I will no longer reference it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, NPR wants to talk about how these films keep getting made because they just make a lot of money, is what I'm reading in some of this. All right. Yeah, NPR. It makes money. You know what it doesn't do? Mm-hmm. Tell me to give them $50 so I get a fucking tote bag in 6 months that gets lost in the mail. Fuck off.
Suck it, beggars.
Yeah. National Public Radio. Well, I'll tell you what. We should privatize it a little bit.
Apparently, well, the public likes these movies given how much they make at the box office. So I think you're missing the temperature of the whole thing, lady. All right. So we know why it's good. Now, here we have the coolest cars. The cars in the first one kind of corny, but that was indicative of the time. You know,
well, yeah,
the little import racers.
But that is like, I mean, it's 20 years old, so there are people who are who can drink now who don't remember those cars, but they were a fucking thing. Like, you would see them everywhere. Shitty cars with spoilers on them, like Hyundai Elantras with like neon lights, and a guy who used it to deliver pizzas and then would drive too fast. So I kind of think of it as a period piece, the first one. And by the way, I'm going to go back to this. You mentioned it earlier. The submarine scene in the Arctic, maybe the coolest thing that's ever happened.
Dude, I'm stuck looking at the cars from the thing.
Okay. Oh my god.
That submarine, it was. Listen, we can't get mad at it being like, you can't get mad at it. If it's not your thing, just let things not be your thing. Don't sit somewhere and be pissed off. That's like I had an old roommate that would get pissed off at because he was like a film buff and he would get mad. He would use like box offices to decide that like the world's stupid because this Transformers is number one at the box office. Like, because people want to go to the movies on a Friday night and forget about their lives.
Yeah.
You know? They want to escape into like, why is it on a big screen if it's just going to be two people whispering things?
Yeah.
I could sit at home and watch that.
If I want to have tense dialogue, I'll go back to my childhood bedroom and listen to my parents fight in the next room. Like, do you understand? Yeah, fuck off. Like, it can be, like, I know you're thinking it, like, you're taking it in this sense of, like, it has to be art. And it is, but it's also entertainment. And that's, like, maybe more of its focus. As a film franchise, it's just to, like, be a fucking roller coaster and not be a book.
But let's not be, I get it. Let's not be like Christians and ignore all the faults of it here. You know, there is, Screen Rant has 20 things wrong with Fast and Furious. We all choose to ignore. It's a choice. It is a choice. If I'm going to watch, I'm already signing off upstairs intellectually when I'm watching Fast and Furious. Gravity is a malleable concept. Physics, I don't know that much about it in the first place, so who am I to say? All right. Ludacris's character is just a hacker all of a sudden.
I think his name is Tech, by the way.
Tej.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So what? The guy took an interest in computers. Big deal.
Yeah.
I gotta show you every goddamn thing.
There's time between the franchises. Everybody can go take a course.
I never even saw this guy take his driver's license test.
I'm fine with it. The
kick
timeline
that can down the road to somebody
sense.
else's house.
Yeah, the timeline makes no sense. Yeah, people. Tokyo Drift has Han pass away in a car crash, but Han was alive in Fast and Furious 4, 5, and 6. So they're technically prequels. I thought they explained. I thought they did something.
They do explain it. This person's an idiot. They don't know what they're talking about. And they do, they do that thing of well, isn't this convenient for this, for him to have lived?
There's a soap opera element. There's a lot of soap opera elements. And again, we, as fans, will allow it. Letty has no loyalty. That I agree with. She flips
Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez, I don't trust her.
She has a brain injury. She's got a TBI. Of course she's going to have some trust issues.
A Tupper Banus infection?
Yes! We got a title for this episode.
She Oh, my. And
by the way, ladies, what do you think our first date will be if you're the one that's interested?
It's pushing shit.
It'll be all 10 of these and then going to a midnight release of the last one.
Are you playing horn honking sound effects, or is that just outside of your house right now?
No, that's just outside of my house. I was like, oh, I should mute myself.
Charlene doesn't need sound effects in the neighborhood she lives in.
I'm a huge fan. That's why I moved here.
It's the episode I've been waiting for.
I will say, my one gripe with this film franchise, nobody ever uses their car horn. I've never seen that done.
Please, in the theater, when you're watching this, go, hey, how about a turn signal? They're called indicators for a reason, guys.
Yeah. Ooh. Insurance is going up after that. You just do a bunch of say things like your dad.
Zipper merge would take a lot of stress off everybody right now.
This guy changed lanes in a light crossing.
Yellow means slow it down, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Some of a lot of the romance stuff, there's people are flip flopping. That's the soap opera part of it. This one,
you just met the one and you stayed there the whole time. Fuck off. Even when I find interest in people.
Even when I was watching, this is Fast 6, the airplane scene where they're like,
was that the one with the 300-mile runway?
Yeah, that's the one where I was like, how long are they going to do? I mean, it's fun the whole time. But yeah, they do point that out.
Here's a point I read that too. And here's a point I have to argue against this idiot. It's like
they're just pointing that this is written from the standpoint of appreciating the movies, but let's acknowledge that some of this stuff is.
Well, I'm going to make this person's argument stronger then.
Okay.
Here I go. Here's how I make their argument stronger. So they're like, I read this, and they're like, it's a 22-minute scene of them trying to get this plane off of a runway, right?
It's 13. 13 minutes.
13 minutes of this plane going full speed for takeoff down a runway. And so it's a 13-minute scene, but everything is happening all at once, and they're just showing everything that's going on, and it takes 13 minutes. So, when Han is fighting one guy and Vin Diesel is, trying to wrestle the Yoko, that's all happening at once.
Oh, okay. Good point.
So there's 13 minutes of content in what could be a 1.5-minute takeoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's all the justification I need.
Yeah.
You're right. Shane.
Maybe I could play a janitor in one of the new ones.
Totally plausible. Put it out there. I'd love to show up. And wasn't there two Brazilian guys that kind of just showed up for a while and were doing stuff?
They'll be back. I got a pretty good feeling.
Okay. I like those guys. The other thing, pedestrians somehow survive. That's all action movies. Is they don't just show mass collateral casualties.
Yeah, I'm going to ruin
action movie.
I'm going to ruin the fun of it. You're right, snooty Hollywood writer. We should ruin the fun of this film by saying, "Oh my God, a family of 4, their station wagon was crushed by this safe when they drag it through the streets of Rio." Eat shit. Yeah. You want us to ruin the whole fun?
The train plan in Fast 5. Right. In the 5th movie, things start off with an extensive plan involving hopping onto a moving train to get it to a specific car to remove a microchip. There were plenty of safer ways to complete this job, including inserting someone under cover or intercepting the car before it was loaded. But Dom's crew has a faster and more furious plan. Listen, when all you have is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. That's just, they know cars. They do everything with the cars. It's about cars. I went and saw Hobbes and Shaw.
I have not seen that.
You know why? Not enough cars. There's barely any cars. It's just two dudes fighting each other a lot. I want to see cars. God. Ergo, if you need to get on a train, you're going to jump a car onto it.
Yes. And what? Does the microchip need to be in a car on a train in this film? Or can a microchip exist outside of a car?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're going to tell me they probably could.
Okay. The speed of
but
the vehicles.
But it's fun to see them steal a briefcase. Eat shit.
Yes. The speed of vehicles. They point out that the submarine is moving impossibly fast. It is cruising. It is a pretty fast submarine.
Yeah. Well, they don't talk about how slow you need to drive on ice.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's great. Yeah. They were driving slower.
Maybe they're being cautious in their own way.
Except for where it says, well, we can't ignore the Brian racing a car on land with a shot showing the speedometer at 120 miles per hour to catch a boat in the water. You'll notice that the car is having a hard time reaching the boat. That's from the Too Fast, Too Furious. Well, but you know what? They're not they're souping up the cars. They're not souping up the odometers. That's probably
and also, just so you know, of course, a car is going to have a hard time reaching a boat. This person sucks. There's a lot more obstacles for a car to go around. Boats just got the whole ocean, lots of space. I'm not taking any of these arguments.
Too Fast, Too Furious in a while.
That's a bit of a while.
I don't remember this one. Fast and Furious is not.
There's the Fast and the Furious. The titles get a little.
Yeah, I'm going to bring them up. Let's bring
the titles are the only thing that get a little convoluted in this film franchise.
Well, but they get creative with them.
Yeah,
Fast
9.
The fact that they said the fate of the Furious, but they didn't use the 8 for fate. We can't hold them everything. Fast and Furious is the 4th installment.
Okay,
and I guess I'm a little confused. Maybe I missed this one. There's an underground mountain tunnel that they are trying to get at here. Yeah. And Kurt Russell, they bring up Kurt Russell's fact that he's clearly just a exposition character. Like, I'll just show up to facilitate things.
Yeah, and who fucking... man, what if Kurt Russell drives the Pork Chop Express in the last one? If you're listening to this and not watching the video, I suggest you go to YouTube right now to see the look on Kyle's face.
It's okay. That's my favorite movie of all time.
I know.
Trouble in Little China.
It's a great film. It's a great film.
If he secretly, it's like, that movie.
And you know what's great about these films?
Fits
that can happen.
Yes, it's canon for this, because the whole thing was he just wants his truck back.
Yeah.
They took his truck. It was a gang. They fight gangs.
And then you find a Chinese girl with green eyes. Cast got more diverse, more than it was already.
And Dom's going to fuck her because he's been banging every chick that shows up in this.
Yeah, because he's got a Fast and Furious hog.
Pan. You got to fight...
And I just made your world better.
The argument you did.
Kinane, I know you're in rainy Oregon, but that's a little bit of sunshine all the way from the East Coast.
The argument for Big Trouble in Little China being canon for this. Somebody figure it out, please.
Yeah. Hey, I think we need to start a nice little Twitter fuss about this. Get that cooking. Here's something I like, and they kind of say they're using it as an argument against the films, but another aspect of Fast and Furious that baffles many audience members is the number of long-lost siblings and lovers throughout the franchise. From Dom's estranged brother, Jacob, John Cena, Letty's return after her death, Luke Hobbs' older brother, and Deckard Shaw's villainous brother. There seem to be far too many broken homes. Yeah, they're from broken homes. Why don't you use that against them, lib? Yeah. Yeah, I can appreciate your circumstance as long as you don't bring it to my neighborhood. That's what I'm getting from NPR, CBR.com, which I don't know what that is. And I'm liberal. There seem to be far too many broken homes. Much of the franchise's plot points to rely too heavily on coincidence, and the number of long-lost siblings cements this. Okay. Look. First of all, if you were adopted, would you not want to meet your siblings? That's all this is. Point proven.
I'm reading these. Yeah, I was reading these people trying to take down this franchise. They can't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
They're pointing out all kinds of obvious shit that's like obvious from any action movie standpoint. Yeah. Like you could do the same analysis to any movie and pull it down.
100%. And before we jump over to the litter box,
they do have the Mustang that Nick Cage likes.
Yeah?
67 Ford Mustang Fastback. I forgot. These cars are cool. Now I'm just looking at the car. I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at the cars.
I get it. Let's focus up. There's so much excitement. You don't have to pay attention. Right. That's the brilliance of these films.
Okay. Oh.
I don't care that they were in space. Like, I don't give a fuck how they got there. Do they win? And then I get to see them smile and be happy at the end as a family and drink Coronas? Yeah.
I'm going to watch this tonight. I'm going to watch some of these.
I'm on the road all weekend, baby. Let's do a watch along for our Patreon. We could do a stream of some of the Fast and the Furious movies with our audience. I think that would be fun. Maybe we could rent out a theater and then have everybody. We could be like, I could go to Oregon, or you could come here, and we could rent out a theater and just watch some of the movies together
in anticipation of the new one that's coming out.
May 19th,
2023.
God, I can't believe I have to wait till May. I'm so mad about that.
Can we also acknowledge that the second Fast and Furious was directed by John Singleton, who directed Boys in the Hood?
Awesome. So, what you're telling me is Boys in the Hood is the second most important work?
Yeah.
Oh. I want to say this. I'm going to ask you this. Do you have a favorite, before we get over there to the calls, do you have a favorite scene from any of the Fast and the Furious movies? Like a scene that, like, you're just like, this is too much fun.
Ooh, pretty much every time if Statham shows up, like, I'm big.
Oh, you're
big Statham fan.
You guys kind of look alike too. You both have beards and rough voices.
Super strong for our age.
Yeah,
we're both in astonishing shit. We both used to be backup dancers.
Yeah. You've both fought Megadon.
Statham was a backup dancer. I think. Okay.
Yeah, it turns out he wasn't. Turns out he was a fucking lead.
Was he? All right.
Well, in life, I mean,
he's a dancing fella.
I can't remember what one it is in. But there's a scene. This is before Paul Walker had died, where this 18-wheeler is like, he's trying to get on it, or somebody's trying to capture him. I can't remember exactly what's going on, because you don't need to know what's going on. That's not the point. But it's hanging off the edge of a cliff, right? And it's tilting like so, off, like it looks like it's about to go over. And he is hanging off the bottom of it, and he pulls himself up and just runs up the back of the 18-wheeler while it's falling off the cliff. It's the coolest shot. Yeah, it's fucking sick. And it is like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. That shit. I watched that and I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking rad.
I think when they're in the Brazil and they're trying to like they're stealing the safe.
Yeah.
The giant metal safe, and it's just swinging everywhere, just destroying the city.
Yeah.
And I still like, even when I watched it, like, no, see, this is how we switched it, and it was one of those moments of like, what? Fine. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, sure you did. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, and it's like they're like, no. The reason we were able to switch it is because Jesus over Rio he had turned to the sun at the right light.
Yeah. It was something.
Perfectly. Yeah, it's crazy.
It was one of those moments where it's like, you did, sure you did.
Yeah.
But I think about how many movies, like, if you wanted to just make me happy, either Big Trouble in Little China, take them Ocean's 11 guys, sprinkle them in there. They're a bunch of horny tricksters.
See, at least Fast and the Furious had the balls to make an 11th film, unlike Ocean's 11.
Yeah, they'll fit. They can fit in there.
Yeah,
mix and mingle. Give me a hint. I love. Like, once again, I'm going to the movies for a silliness. Throw me a little.
Yeah, give me a couple winks.
I guess when I heard about like the actual feuds between like Vin Diesel showing up late, and stuff, it was weirdly enough, Jeff Tate, comedian Jeff Tate, he lives in Portland. I was hanging out with him. He was opening for Segura down in New Zealand, and he said Jason Momoa's there because Jason Momoa is going to be in the last the Fast X. I mean, we know this is, but so they was like, he was hanging out because Segura is famous and everything. He's like, what was it like? He's like, yeah, Vin Diesel was just late all the time. He's like, so I was just improvising all these scenes and doing crazy shit. And then he finally started showing up on time. He'll be like, all right, I guess I got to do this job. But I don't like knowing that. I want Mark Sinclair to be a better person. I would like for him to be more professional.
Mark Sinclair is a good guy. Vin Diesel is a star.
Vin Diesel shows up late. Mark Sinclair's on time.
Yes.
But he also is the producer on all these, so maybe that's why he can show up. He knows how much money they're wasting. He's a producer.
Well, also, and this is something to think about, you remember the Expendables film franchise where it just had like all the old action heroes? Do you remember that series?
Yeah, it was a real...
This is essentially doing that. It's compounding every... Like, of this last 20 years, 25 years, whatever it is, every major action star has been in these films.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's, I think it's just like, it's a blockbuster. It's supposed to be like spectacle. You know, I think that's a fun thing too. I used to like love the idea of Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger being in the same movie when I was a kid. And I don't know if they ever were.
Not at the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I heard it's like there's so many clauses in place. Like The Rock and Vin Diesel can never look like they lost the fight.
The fights, yeah. Which is like so dumb.
Just you mean in? But I don't remember if I read like it's in any movie they can't look like they lost, or if it's in these franchises like when they fight each other they can't look like one of them lost.
Who cares? Like, I don't give a shit.
Maybe that's why Hobbes and Shaw got made.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because,
oh, man.
Because The Rock and Statham are just cool. Oh, yeah, you had Idris Elba in there.
Another great one. And
you had Idris. You had Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds was in one?
He was in Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Maybe he'll come popping around.
I sure hope so. It'd be fun. We could use a little Canadian blood in there. That'd be the only thing it's missing to make a full North American world tour. Oh, my God. Okay, guys. I'm so excited. We have to take a break.
I like that guy.
Who?
Cliff Curtis.
Who's Cliff Curtis?
You don't know him. He's a New Zealand guy.
Okay.
But he's remember Training Day? In one of the most tense scenes of a movie that I ever remember watching.
Training Day.
Denzel Washington, leaves Ethan Hawke in the apartment of like the two.
Oh,
gangsters.
yeah, that guy.
He's the quiet one.
Yeah,
not the loud guy, but he's
like the leader. Yeah, he's like, you dumb fucking crook. Yeah,
yeah. That's man, that's a scary.
Is he in the new ones?
He was in Hobbes and Shaw. I'm just looking at who's in Hobbes and Shaw right now.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to take a quick break so Kyle can look at who else was in Hobbes and Shaw. But while we do, enjoy this ad from our sponsor, Michelin Tires. We're not just restaurants that are fancy. And we're back. Thanks to our sponsors from Pep Boys, the only Italian tire chain. Pep for pepperoni boys. Well, what's the wrong with your car? You come in, you know, like?
I once got my oil changed at a Pep Boys. I believe that this story relates to the story from last week when my car got on fire. I went to get an oil change.
Yeah, they can't do anything right.
And the reason why it caught on fire was because there was no oil in my car.
Mamma mia. You got an oil in the engine.
Anyway, we have a ton of voicemails. Whatever you guys want to hear.
I have a degree in auto body. I have rebuilt countless motorcycles. I mean, tearing them down to the frame, taking the pistons out of the engine, rebuilding it all up until like show quality.
Pause real quick.
I am fucking proud of myself for that. I will.
Pause this real quick. I feel like this guy is throwing his expertise out, and he's about to be a prick about this film franchise. And I feel that's what I feel, and I'm just saying it right now.
I'm gonna go the other way, and
okay.
I think he's gonna be angry that they ruined so many cars.
Okay,
because
he rebuilds them.
Okay,
I love those movies. I know it's cheesy. I know it's like, oh, it's so dumb because what are they, like super spies now? Whatever. I know what they are. It's family. Which, by the way, I typically saying there's a B in family. When he, oh boy, that guy's slow. Anyway, but yeah, man, the Fast and Furious movies, and the thing is, there's always a stunt where you're like, whoa, and you know, like, oh, they're sending a car to space. Oh my God, they're lodging a log tied to a rope from a rope bridge from island to island. They're gonna ram into it to lodge it into the front end of their Dodge Charger. I think that was a Mustang. Their Mustang swing across to another island. Fuck! They're gonna jump building to building. God damn! Yes. Oh.
Hell yeah, brother! Oh. Hell yeah!
I'm sorry I judged you. I was wrong. Everything you said just kicks ass, and yeah. Of course, the guy who's got a degree in auto engineering is going to love these movies. He loves seeing cool cars do cool shit.
I thought it was good. Yeah, so I thought it was going to be some pissed off thing, like you're taking classic cars, you're ruining them for the sake of a movie. I could see people getting mad about that, taking these vehicles out of circulation. But
I feel
all right. Okay.
Here's the next one.
Hey, Shane and Kyle, I'm calling about the greatest movie franchise of all time, Fast and Furious.
Yes,
I think my favorite thing about the Fast and Furious movies is the continuity errors. At the end of the third movie, a character dies, is alive again in the fourth movie, and they never explain it until the end of the sixth movie. They reveal that the villain either went back in time or the third movie took place after the sixth movie. But the problem with that is in the third movie, everyone's got flip phones and iPods. In the sixth movie, they're all using like iPhone 10s. Also, in the second movie, Ludacris is just some guy that owns a car shop. In the fifth movie,
Hey, pause real quick.
Greatest hacker in the.
Pause real quick. So this guy owns a car shop. They don't show that maybe he's like. Here's the thing.
I think this guy is just going through the Screen Rant article I just went through.
Yeah.
Or he wrote it.
Like, here's my problem with these arguments. And he's positive. He likes the films. But when they're like, Ludacris is just a guy who owns a car shop, right? And then then he becomes a hacker, right? That's this guy's argument. If you see Ludacris in the first film and he doesn't eat a bowl of noodles, and then in the fifth one he's like having Chinese food, like all of a sudden this guy likes Chinese food, like it's bullshit.
Listen,
like it's a shitty way to argue against these people developing.
We let Walter White go from a chemistry teacher to being a meth dealer. So allow things.
Yes.
There's
nothing fantastical about that at all.
Everybody can't announce when they're taking correspondence courses at night from the auto shop to learn.
Yeah. That got left on the cutting room floor for your continuity bullshit.
Wow.
All right, well, hold on. This guy's on our side.
I know, but I get so mad. I get so defensive because I love him. Also, this being said, Aaron Paul's character in the first few seasons of Breaking Bad dresses exactly like somebody from Fast and the Furious.
You could tell he is a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, he kicks ass
in the movie. He would be a fan of the films.
Please go ahead, sir, with your comments. Watch your tongue.
I don't know. Movies don't have to be Oscar-worthy to be enjoyable and fun, and I think those movies are so fun to just turn your brain off and enjoy some cars exploding. Thanks. That's it. Bye.
Peace. Good
Nailed
call.
it.
Good call.
Nailed it. Do we have anybody that's against these movies?
Well, here's one that's sort of on that track, but no, well, I guess it is their fault. Here we go.
Yeah, goddamn right, it's their fault.
I've never seen a Fast and the Furious movie in my life.
Then why are you commenting?
I'm no fucking scholar, but that shit just seems dumb to me. I don't know. I don't think cars are cool.
Well, why don't you try walking to the grocery store next time? Suck my ass.
The sensible.
What a cool serious guy! I don't think cars are cool. Yeah, an industry that helped build this nation. So you can sit around in your fucking head shop.
Shane, we asked these people to call in. We put a number out to the public.
Yeah, they can call in and tell me what they think of my attitude.
For any opinion whatsoever.
It's a great film franchise, and everyone should appreciate it.
I'm not arguing with you. I am not arguing with you.
Oh, I can't.
I'm just saying, you behave like this, people aren't going to want to call in. You're going to scare people out from participating with your shitty attitude.
There's my shitty attitude. They got to get their shitty attitudes. Tell that right bullshit.
Well, I can't wait to see what Shane thinks of this one.
Please be a girl.
Hey, what's up, kitty cat? Jay from Buffalo. In the famous words of one Dave Kidney Stone, those big action movies just bore the shit out of me. I know Vin Diesel's got like a cross and big arms and like he's all about family, but you just don't give a shit. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you for your call. I'd like to say that before Shane comes in. Shits all over you.
Oh.
Action movies aren't for some people.
Yeah.
I can, regardless of how much fun we're having with this, I get that action movies, some people, much like I can't enjoy science fiction, it doesn't do it for me. Action movies don't do it for some people. Thank you for your call. Thank you for calling. I respect your stance on it.
I do not.
Shane, go ahead.
Here's my problem. It's
you
just
look like a bad guy's boxing coach.
What?
You look like a bad guy's boxing coach.
Yeah. You look like a winner.
Throw one below the belt. Take him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweep the leg. That's me. I'm fine with it.
All right. Why are you mad? Why are you mad at this guy?
I'm not. You're right. First of all, I'd like to apologize. I got a little emotional about something that should not absolve this much energy from me. Two, they can think they're dumb. And I understand. I will freely admit that they're dumb films, but they are entertaining and enjoyable. How many fucking Best Picture films are there that are boring as shit? Like, I don't... If I want to fall asleep, I'll put on Spotlight. It's an important film. Yeah, okay, it is. You know what? But I want to be entertained.
You didn't realize that this final Fast and Furious is Dominic Toretto confronting the Catholic Church about their cover-up of
I fucking hope
mass
it is.
child abuse?
I hope it is, and I hope
that's why he's holding the cross in the ad. He's so conflicted with his faith.
Yeah, I hope
and
he
it's also sponsored by
a Geo Metro into the Vatican, and I hope oh God, I just
they try to take out a heavy issue in the last one.
That would be great. Like transgendered youth rights make it into the film.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
So, but I get it's not somebody's. That's I understand you're not enjoying action movies.
Yeah, it's like not your cup of tea. Fine, but realize that it is a good version. It's a great version of what it's supposed to be.
It's not your cup of tea, but it's our 64-ounce. Dad's root beer is what it is.
Jug of soda. Fuck yes.
How often Dave Stone will often go to the movies just because he wants popcorn? Are there movies that you don't want to see, but you just want so much pop that you're like, I'm going to go to the movies? Because that's your excuse. That's your neutral zone to have that much Sprite.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm sure I've done that, but I can't. It doesn't come to mind as a specific incident. But it seems something that's very.
That's because that's insane.
It is. Dave is also a cook, which means he can probably make a pretty good batch of popcorn at home.
Oh yeah,
it's the environment. It's the environment.
Yeah, he probably had to go. He probably had to go to the Culinary Institute of America to learn how to pop it right.
Oh, here's the next one.
All right.
Kyle, hey Shane, hey Charlene. Heard you guys were going to talk about the Fast and the Furious movies, and just gotta say, I really do like them. They're kind of they're a fun distraction. There's the behind the scenes drama between the two prima donnas, and everybody's got an
pause.
Way too big.
Pause.
Prima donna.
Is he
more like it?
Oh, nice. Well played, Kinane. I like that one. Is he talking about the beef between The Rock and Vin Diesel right now? Is that what he said? That's what he say? That would have no effect on me whatsoever for enjoying this film franchise at all. That's like being like, the waitress doesn't like the chef. I could give a fuck. My steak is cooked to perfection. And you know what? It's Chef Dominic Toretto serving it up.
He would, again, I bring up the idea of the Olive Garden. It's an Italian restaurant, and when you're there, you're family, and he's all about family. Where's the tie-in? Where's the crossover?
It's got to be coming. We found out that the unlimited breadsticks are about to run out of their supply. Let's save them.
All right, let's hear what the rest of this guy's got to...
Yes, please.
But at the same time, fast car go fast and look pretty. So it appeals to that lizard base part of your brain where it's just let's see something, let's see something explode, let's see something go fast, and let's maybe see a fight or two. All right, have a good one, you guys.
It's the last threshold before you just get into spring break wet t-shirt contest as far as just a dude brain of things that are I like this thing, I like these things, I like
cars,
cars blowing
Hooters,
up.
It's Hooters before a strip club. Yeah
it's right great. There it's the last. What
a day.
Yeah, you're right.
This is probably our best episode.
After doing Elon Musk, this was like we needed a palate cleanser of like, here's one that's.
Here's the next call.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? I hope I'm not too late for the recording. It's your boy Stike in North Carolina. And
Stike, what's up, buddy?
Last year, my oldest kid was home from college for an extended visit, and they had mentioned that they and their partner were uncharacteristically really into the franchise. So we started watching a couple every night while they were home just for shits and giggles. I'd also heard around that time Kyle mentioned him and Sam J getting high and having a good time watching one of them. So that kind of warmed me up to the idea. They're ridiculous, unrealistic, cheesy, and a lot of fun. And the shit talking really increased when my youngest kid joined in to watch a few. He's a real gearhead and is attending school for automotive repair, so he was constantly calling bullshit. Now I'm all excited for Fast 10 because they're finally going to feature an old Datsun 240Z in it, and I'll also be seeing it with my family. You guys take care. Bye.
Hey, man.
Stike. Roico Customs on Instagram. He paints custom guitars. You gotta like over the top cheesy stuff. He paints guitars for for Paul Stanley for Kiss.
No shit.
He custom paints guitar, and he has one of those Nissan 240Zs in his garage. So yeah,
that's pretty sick.
Hell yeah. And I forgot I did go see.
Well, he sounds like a kick-ass dad, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot. That's how stoned I got. I don't even remember which Fast and Furious it was, but me and Sam J got so high. I don't remember which one it was.
Oh. Okay.
I love that his family watched it together, and they enjoyed it for a few nights in a row and on an extended break. I think that's fucking great.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Good.
Does some killer guitar painting.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Stike.
We have one more Fast and Furious voicemail and then a bonus voicemail.
Yeah, I know. I bet I know what the bonus is right now. Oh, crossfade Jake.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
I really get stuck on imagining somebody has just watched the original Fast and the Furious, where it's just some street racing and some douchey cars, and then they immediately go into a coma, and then they wake up in 2017 to see the fate of the Furious, where they're driving across a frozen lake, being chased by mercenaries, and The Rock pushes a torpedo with his hand.
Oh. Did that really happen?
I forgot. It's like you can't say one thing where I'm like, oh yes, you can make it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course he did. He's The Rock.
Yeah. I gotta rewatch all of these.
Great call. I'm telling you,
I need to
for
make
the
Rachel
Patreon.
watch 'em.
It'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the bonus voicemail. It's a throwback to last week. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I am a 38-year-old single mom, and I would love to get to know Shay. Love his writing, love his other stuff, and the best thing is about a single mom, we have snacks. And I know everybody loves snacks, so yeah, you should definitely give me a call. My name's Jessica, last name Lynn. I'm also a Jew, not really a Jew, but my initials spelled Jew, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, you should definitely give me a call back. Hopefully you'll see my phone number. If not, look me up on Facebook. I'm in Michigan. Talk to you later.
Oh,
I gotta get fast and furious with this gal. Everybody was here next week when I'm a father to a kid who hates me.
Coming in hotter than a 92 Toyota Supra across the finish line, Jessica. Woo!
Oh.
Thank you for your call. Let's open up. Let's open up every week to Shane Torres heart raffle.
That makes it sound like I'm in desperate need of a medical surgery. Everybody, I think you know where we land on the Fast and the Furious for the No Accounting for Taste crew. His name is Kyle Kinane. You can find him on the internet. My name is Shane Torres.
Find you where?
Yeah, Kyle's up. Just Google him. He'll find it. He doesn't like plugging himself. I'm Shane Torres, ShaneIsComedian.com. Big announcement. March 18th at the Sultan Room in Brooklyn, I will be recording my first 1-hour special. I would love to see you all there. Tickets will go on sale when this airs. So, I love you guys. Sounds like they're laughing at me.
Sorry.
A little bit.
Sorry, I want my thing to go well.
It's going great. This is how it should be.
All right, everybody. This has been No Accounting for Taste. And we'll see. And it's on All Things Comedy Network. And I guess we're legally obliged to plug them.
And if Shane leaning far too close to the camera is your thing, 971-259-8302. Introduce yourself. Leave a little bio. Tell us why you like to get to know the Shaniac.
Bye-bye for meow. I bet the cars on Fast and the Furious purr.